All right, here we go. 250 LCQ top 4 move on to the main event. So one of these riders will not be fortunate enough to race the main event this week in San Diego. We got Chase, we got Bobby in here. We got Run It Up K-Field and Gates down. Who's going to get it? Looks like Hydro Slayer going out wide, but Kush Talker is going to be right there, and he goes down. Right now, the only thing that you have to keep in your head is do not come in last. If you are in 4th or above, just keep your shit together. You're good. So right now, that's Chase. He's sitting in 4th, but Kush Toker is right there in 5th, lurking. And we're going to go up to the front real quick. We got Hydro Slayer sitting in 1st. We got Bobby sitting in 2nd. He's going to go on the tables and make the pass. So he moves up to 1st. Hydro drops down to 2nd, which I believe, sorry if we didn't say this earlier in the stream, but I believe this is Hydro's 250 debut. And we got Run It Up K-Field sitting in 3rd. We got Chase in the transfer spot sitting in 4th. Well, Kush Toker still sitting back there lurking in the 5th. Oh! K-Field goes down, so Kush Toker's right there. This is a battle for the final transfer spot. So K-Field's holding on to it. Kush Toker's right there sitting in 5th though. So far, Kush Toker's going to be the only one that will not make it to the main event. Bobby's hanging on to a lead over Hydro Slayer. Just under a 2nd though, as Hydro Slayer goes for the big line, which that's not what you want to do in the main event, because that is way too slow. You will lose a lot of time from the person in front of you if you take that big line. K-Field moves up to 3rd. Chase must have went down, so he's still sitting in 4th. Kush Toker's still sitting in 5th. So we got a battle between K-Field and Chase. As Chase goes on the inside over the Supercross triple, he stays lower. He makes the pass over K-Field. K-Field drops back to 4th. As Chase goes down, he goes out track, hits the tough block. So now Chase is back to 4th, which is okay. He is still in a transfer spot here. Kush Toker, I think he's starting to realize where his destiny is. He's gonna basically cruise. I mean, these guys still have 3.5 minutes. K-Field and Chase are going at it like it's a main event here. Chase going on the inside, which allows him to move up to 3rd. K-Field holding on to the final transfer spot in this 250 LCQ. And we got Hydro Slayer still sitting in the 2nd. We got Bobby kind of messing up there. Bobby's hanging on to 1st. And I will admit it, this is kind of my fault that Bobby is in the LCQ. I kind of messed him up on a triple. But he's up here, he's in 1st. He just needs to keep it together, then he'll be racing in the main event for the first time this year. So Chase is still sitting in 3rd. This is another tricky part where a lot of riders are going to be messing up a lot. Take that outside rut. Chase gets reset. He goes off track there. So he drops back down to 4th. But Kush Toker, he is really far back. Like I said, I think we all know, even Kush Toker knows his destiny here. He's just going to accept the fact that he ain't making the main event. Unless Chase keeps going down. That's one thing that Chase is really going to have to dial in before the main event, is trying to be way more consistent. And this turn that they just went through, that is one of the trickiest parts as he hits that massive triple. So that allows him to gain some time up on K-Field here, who is currently sitting in 3rd. Bobby must have went down because Hydro Slayer took over the lead. Bobby is currently sitting in 2nd. We got K-Field sitting in 3rd. Bobby repping America. Not just one set of armed forces, he's repping all of it. Whereas everybody else either didn't dress up or repping just one of the armed forces for Military Appreciation Night. Chase going on the inside. He makes the pass, but K-Field is still right there. Chase is staying lower over the Supercross triple. Who's going to be safe through this? Both of them are. K-Field with a big quad, and he gets it. Chase goes out track, but he's able to save it there. K-Field going side by side. K-Field jumps over the little hump there. Chase is still hanging on to third. These guys have under 1 minute left, and then they have 2 additional laps as K-Field jumps over Chase, makes the move for third. So Chase gets reset again, drops back to fourth. Kush Toker is still way behind. He's, like I said, he's choosing his fate here. Let's go to the front. We got Hydro Slayer leading Bobby by about 5 seconds. Hydro Slayer and Bobby are both sitting very comfortably right now. They can honestly just cruise right to the finish line and get into the main event. Whereas K-Field goes off track. So does Chase. Might have to watch these guys, because even though both of these guys both got the transfer spots to move to the main event, they're riding really rough. So Chase makes the move through the whoops. He moves up to third. K-Field currently sitting in fourth and holding on to the final transfer spot as they cross the finish line. This is the final lap of the LCQ. Hydro Slayer hanging on to first. We'll watch him. But Bobby is right there as he hits all the tough blocks. You're supposed to go around him, not hit him straight on. So Hydro Slayer and Bobby, they definitely got this wrapped up. They got this. Chase and K-Field, no matter where either one of these guys finish, they got it. They got it sealed for the main event too. So Hydro Slayer, tabletop over the finish line. He gets the LCQ win. Bobby, for the first time this season, Bobby is moving on to the main events and actually earning points this week. Chase hangs on for third. K-Field hangs on for fourth. So unfortunately, Kush Toker is not going to be racing in the main event this week. I give him mad props. This guy, he's made it to every main event all last year when he shows up, and even last week he made it, but unfortunately this week just isn't the week for Kush. So now up next we have the 450 LCQs, so please stay tuned for that.